Well, it's not necessarily that the breeding of animals is problematic. It's the way that it's done, and also the way that they kill them. Right? The farm that I buy from doesn't do those things.
So fundamentally, bringing an individual into existence with the purpose of using them against their interests isn't an unethical thing in your view?
Well, I wouldn't say animals are individuals. I just call them animals.
They are. So you think that, say, for example, there's a group of dogs, you think they're
Yeah.
not individuals, you just think they're all like a collective brain shared in some sort of
So
like.
not they're not a collective brain. I think individual is something I would use for a human. I think they're it's like a word for it. I don't
What
remember
what
off
do
the
you
top of my
take
head now.
individual to mean? Sorry.
Well, when I say it, I usually just mean like a person, like a human, like one human. What's one
You know,
individual?
animals can be given personhood, right?
Sure, if you choose to do so. We do that to
Yeah,
pets
like
all the time.
individual can mean like a single thing, like just
Mhm.
a subject. A person can literally mean an animal who's assigned that, like rights or something like that. They can be given personhood.
I mean, if you want
So
to, again, that people have pets, I
yeah,
agree with
so
you.
can we move on from the individual thing and just I'll
I
ask the
wasn't I
question.
wasn't the one harking on it. That was you. But all right.
No, I'm just gonna. You're the one who said you don't take it to be the case that they're individuals, so I was just
And I
asking.
don't.
And now, okay, that's fine. So just to double check, in your view, you don't see an ethical problem with breeding individuals into or a sentient being, as you don't like that word, into existence with the purpose of
Um,
using them against their benefit. You believe that can be ethical?
I'm not necessarily going to make an ethical claim here or any claim whatsoever. I just think it's more so I don't have an issue with it. Like, I don't have an issue with going to McDonald's. At least I didn't previously in the same sense that I do now.
So you don't have like, do you not have an ethical issue with it?
I mean, I believe the concept of like the animal hierarchy, in which case there's certain animals that I give more moral consideration than others. Like, I really like cats, for example, but I really hate dogs. I probably
Okay,
put
so
dogs at the same level of cows, pigs, chickens, etc. In which case, I
okay,
don't
so
really
you
have the
don't
same moral
see.
consideration of seeing them killed, etc. Things like that.
Yes, just to be clear, you don't see an ethical problem with me if I were to have a dog farm, breed them into existence for the purpose of using them for their flesh and their skin. You wouldn't see an ethical problem with doing that.
No, not really. I hate dogs.
Okay, so because you don't like them, it's fine to skin them.
I'm not saying that you should do it. I mean, I don't care if you do, is what I'm
I'm
telling
not
you.
asking if you should. I'm not asking if you think I should. I'm just asking if you have a moral problem with it.
Not really, to be honest with you.
Okay. So if I don't like you because I don't like your viewpoints and I think you're not a very nice person, is it
Mhm.
morally like you don't have an ethical problem if I were to like skin you and farm you just because I
I
don't
mean,
like you?
well, I mean, I don't think it would be nice if you did that to me. That would kind of hurt.
So why are you special but all the other individuals fuck them?
Well, it's not just about me specifically. I'm not saying the world can burn as long as I live a happy life, right? I think there's specific moral consideration that should be given to groups of people, right? Humans. I don't
Oh,
necessarily hold that the same views should be held when it comes to animals. That's just the way that I
okay.
feel about it.
There's some sort of morally significant difference between humans and other animals that would make it justified to do that to them, but not to humans.
Um, I guess, but this is more so a speciesism type of thing here.
Yeah, so what would that be?
Okay. Well, that I'm human, they're not human. That's the primary thing.
Oh, the fact you're human.
Yeah.
So when you die and you're no longer human, will it then be
Hmm.
justified to exploit, farm, and kill all the humans because you're not human anymore?
I don't understand the question.
So you're saying the morally significant difference between humans and other animals is the fact that you're human, so there's a shared species going on here as the
Hmm.
yeah. Well, when you die, you won't be human anymore. You won't exist. So you will no longer be human. You will not have that trait. So when you do die, obviously the world will continue without you. Is it then not a moral problem in your view after you die to just kill all the humans? Farm them all.
Why would I be fine with that? I don't understand. How does it logically follow?
Exactly.
Why is
Well,
that?
you just said the morally significant difference is the fact that you share a species, but there's going to be a point where you don't.
I mean,
And
when
you
I
won't
die,
suddenly be
my
able to.
body's still being human, is it not?
So you think when you're rotten in the ground and there's nothing left of you, you will still be a human being?
Well, I was human. I am human until I'm, not
You
human
were
anymore.
you were a baby at one point, then the passing of time happened. Are you a baby now?
No.
No. So time will pass and you will die and you will no longer be human, correct?
I don't know if I agree with that. I think human bodies are still human until they
So when they rot and decay and
disintegrate.
there's like nothing left of it, you still think it's human. Do you see the gymnastics you have to do just to not admit that
No,
you are?
I'm not doing gymnastics. It's just I
You
don't. I
you
think it's
are.
I think the human body, once you die, you're still like it's still a human body, is it not? Like I'm confused.
So
Do
when
you
it
think it turns
decays,
into a different species when people die?
so all the human beings who have ever existed, they died and they're still currently human.
I mean, their human bodies may not be around anymore.
So what are they?
They're dead. Again, I'm confused.
Yeah, this level of dishonesty. If you can't track this, I'm good.
This
Someone else
isn't
can
like.
talk.
Well, this is pretty simple. I'm confused. Like again, that's what I'm asking you. Do you think that when you die, you're not human anymore? Like, what's it? Like, is the human body not a human body? I'm confused. I don't know.
It
It's
will
kind of
be
weird.
it will be for a period of time after death, but when you are worm food or you've been cremated and you are
Yeah.
dust, no.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
thank you. So one time in time you will not be human anymore. You've just acknowledged that. Will it be
Sure, I
justified?
guess.
Yeah, will it be justified to farm all the humans after you're no longer human?
No.
No. So even when you will not share a species with the humans, you still value them enough not to exploit them or have them be exploited after you are no longer human. So that is not the morally significant difference. Do you have something else?
This is such a stupid point. What does that even mean?
I,
Like, what does that
I
mean?
put it in plain English. I don't really know how I could put it any
Because
other way.
the argument basically is I should be fine with other people being killed because I'm dead. Like, what kind of argument is that?
Well, you're the one who offered it because the trait you gave is the fact that you are human. So when that's gone, you will still value them. So it's not that. So you saying, "Oh, it's stupid," yeah, I agree. You're the one who gave it.
But that doesn't make any sense. What are you
Exactly.
talking about?
Makes sense. So do you want to retract it and maybe think of something else?
No, because again, I'm not sure how your argument about me being dead, like why it logically follows the next step is you're allowed to kill other people. Like I
Okay.
don't understand.
Tone, have you been listening? Has anyone been listening who can maybe recreate my argument? The point I'm making, rather.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
listening. I think it's. Go ahead, Gustav.
So the point is that you are saying that the trait is that they share like a species with you, right?
Mhm.
And after you're dead, past a long time, you will not share any species with anyone. So it should be fine then to just kill everyone.
Why? Why does that logically follow?
Because you gave this argument of the reason I value humans is because I'm human. So when that's
Right.
gone, when that is no longer a thing, you will still value them. In this, you can look into the future and imagine a scenario where you don't exist anymore. You're saying you still value those humans even when you're not even in the picture. You're not human. You're nothing. You're gone. So that's not the reason you value them. You've
But this
just.
is such a dumb argument.
It's the one you
To be
made.
clear, I understand what you're saying. Like, yeah, I'm dead, so I'm not human, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So other humans should be allowed to be, etc. I don't think that logically follows because I'm making
It follows
an
from
argument
your
here.
argument.
No.
Yeah.
I'm making an argument here from humans that are obviously alive and haven't decomposed.
Yeah, but
Like,
we're
that's
talking
why I'm
about the.
confused. Why you're taking it to this extent? It's dishonest.
it's
It is your argument.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe this is just a bit complicated with the killing. Let's just say now we tested your DNA and you're not a human. Maybe that's easier for you to understand.
Well, then I think there should be, if that happens, it's the hypothetical situation of alien species. I think there, would have to be a conversation surrounding, the ethics around that person, especially of the same capabilities, I suppose.
Well, that's the thing, though. The conversation would be, by your lights, it would be justified to kill those aliens.
I think it depends on what they do.
We're not talking about what they do. It's adjusted to the scenario. Of course, if someone comes to my house and tries to stab me, I might treat the situation differently and stab them before they do it to me. That doesn't mean, oh yeah, I get to go around stabbing people. Of course, we're not talking about different contexts. We're keeping everything the same. We're just changing the species.
Sure, I think if there was some species that were like humans, I think there would be some type of moral consideration that I would give at the very least.
So why is it, what do you mean by like humans? Like what attribute of a human would they have that you would be like, oh yeah, I don't exploit you then?
Well, I think it comes down to like different attributes, I suppose.
Yeah,
the ability to communicate with humans, mental capacity, things along those lines. But you need to understand that like the moral line that I hold when it comes to moral consideration for anything, well, at least for humans, is like that they're human, right? So there's a specific level that I hold to them. Like I just said before, I really like cats, but I don't see cats as human, nor do I think we should give them the same moral consideration as humans, right?
You're not necessarily even being asked for the same considerations or rights or anything like that because like I don't need to give a cat the right to vote. I don't need to do that. It's not what a vegan's saying, right?
Yeah.
But then when you said communicate and mental capacity, that was what you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, humans don't have the same level of those things. So
This is true.
yeah. So it wouldn't suddenly be justified to just exploit humans and farm them if they are at a lower level of intelligence or capacity or anything like that. It wouldn't suddenly be like, oh yeah, human farm time.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So have you ever watched like, well, you've probably seen, right? Animals being shot in the head, having their throat slit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think that would have been like a bad experience for them?
Yeah, I think it would be, potentially. Yeah.
Do you think we should consider their experience?
It depends on to what extent that we're like acknowledging or considering their experience. Because I already said before, I don't necessarily, have an issue with like buying meat from the farmer, right? But I know that they're obviously going to die somehow. I got the meat somehow, so I have to be fine with the process in which leads to them coming to my plate.
Okay, can you give an example of how they would be? Well, because they're not dying; they're being killed, right? Let's be real. So, how would you like them to be killed that makes you comfortable?
It depends on the animal. I don't know. There's different machines that they have depending on the species, whether it be a cow or a pig or a chicken. I don't know.
Well, who do you eat?
I eat them all.
Okay, so let's go with the cow. How would I kill a cow where it'd be like, oh yeah, no, nothing bad happened here?
Well, there's ways to kill a cow painlessly.
So as long as it's painless, you're fine with it?
Well, that's the reason I buy from the farm that I do. They do it very painlessly, at least a reduction of otherwise the pain that it would cause. Yeah, that's the case.
So just to double check, I couldn't painlessly take the life away from a human.
Why? How does that follow?
No, you
No,
can't
I'm
do that.
checking. I'm checking. Is you're not okay with that, right?
Yeah, obviously they're human. Yeah.
Okay, so. And you haven't yet given a morally significant difference as to why it would be bad to do that to a human, but not to the other animals.
Well, one's a human, one's not a human. I don't understand.
Yeah. So what is it about being human that makes them so special and protected, but not the non-humans?
I mean, well, like I was saying earlier, humans are individuals, and those individuals make up societies. I think it would be unproductive on societal level to allow killing and consumption of other people. I think cannibalism would be problematic fundamentally. Or even if it's not cannibalism, just killing people for the fun or because I'm angry, etc. I don't think it's completely practical.
Why? What do you mean by not practical?
Well, you can't have a society if people can kill each other. At least without punishment, I mean. Kill each other without punishment.
Societies have existed, killing each other and cannibalizing each other and doing all sorts of horrible stuff to each other. So,
I think those societies, we know where they all are. They're gone.
yeah, societies do build and then go. You can't derive from it that it was because they were killing each other, I don't think.
Oh, of course you can, to some capacity. I would argue against this.
Well, I would disagree unless you can just demonstrate how, oh yes, this society, these all collapsed because they were killing each other.
Well, I'm not saying all these societies collapse. I'm saying it's not something that's going to be beneficial for society. Right? You have a reduction in the amount of people that are being born by allowing killing.
Wait, do you think it's beneficial for us? Do you think it's beneficial for a society to like breed like billions of animals into existence, like to farm them, to have people slaughter them, to end up with like conditions of like perpetrator-induced trauma, you know, increased zoonotic disease infections? Like, you think that's beneficial to the society? Sorry.
Well, I think we do need. I mean, I don't know if I'm necessarily sold on this idea that we need meat. At least not in the first world. I think there's plenty of places the U.S. breeds a lot of animals and takes a lot of that meat and sends it to third world countries. And in which case, I would argue yes, to some extent, we need this in order to feed a lot of these populations. But I don't necessarily think that is the case in the first world. I think a lot of people could reduce the amount of meat that they consume, especially considering. Especially in the U.S., there's a lot of meat waste and food waste in general. So it's kind of a yes and no type of thing for me.
Sorry, do you remember what question I asked you?
You asked me whether or not I think the mass production of animals is necessary, and my answer to that was
no. I
didn't. Yes and no.
Yeah, I thought you didn't understand my question. I asked if you think it's beneficial to society.
Yes, I mean yes, of course it is. Yes
Sorry,
no,
of course.
As explained. Yeah.
So wait, why is it beneficial to a given society, sir?
I just explained why it's beneficial to society.
Can you repeat, because I didn't hear anything that was.
I'll just summarize and say that I think there would be a lot of starvation without meat production.
Sorry, how does that follow?
Because there's lots of countries that don't have the ability to feed themselves through.
Oh, let's be clear, because you and I are in the first world, and you were talking about it being a possibility in the first world. I'm just talking about our like societies right now. So, you think, yeah. So, do you think it's like not going to be beneficial to our societies to not exploit animals?
When it comes to the first world, I think it's a little bit more like it depends. Some people can go without meat, some people can't. It just just depends on the circumstance of the individual.
Sorry, no, it's not about the individual. We're talking about the beneficial nature of it to society as a whole, right? That's the question.
Yeah, but a society has individuals, and some individuals can't live without meat. Or at least they can't like live efficient lives without meat. Some people can. So
sorry, who are you talking about?
There's some people that have like certain, I forget the terminology, but like they can't live without like specific vitamins, right?
Sorry, what vitamins can a vegan not get?
I'm not saying that vegans can't necessarily get the vitamin. It depends. I don't remember the specific. There's a specific name for this condition. I don't remember the name of the condition.
Well, if it's pertaining to vitamins, then they would just like need the vitamin. They wouldn't need the flesh, right?
Well, it depends. Again, like I don't remember the specific. I don't remember the specific names. So I can't really answer this question productively.
Okay, so why did you then say, oh well, some people just can't? Why would you confidently make that claim if you can't even?
Because I remember reading it a little while ago when I was looking into this topic.
I know, but why would you say, oh, that can't happen if you're not ready to explain why? That's just a bit weird.
Sure. I mean, like, I'm not going to tell you that I don't know, because I'm pretty certain I could find it, maybe, if I wasn't working at the moment. But yeah, it's part of the reason I'm unconvinced that it's not something which is necessary. or which is not necessary.
So you're unconvinced that the flesh of animals is unnecessary because of this thing that you vaguely remember pertaining to someone requiring vitamins that can be found on a plant-based diet.
Potentially, I don't know. I don't think so. But it's not from what I've read. I don't think it's something that can be found through vitamins alone.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this information. So you're appealing to it being necessary or needed on the basis of something that you can't currently substantiate. So I would just go back to
but
the
like I
drawing
already
board on
said,
that one.
regardless, the first world is what's feeding the third world. I mean, don't you acknowledge this? Right at the end of the
Yeah,
day, even if we want to say like the U.S. people in the U.S. stop eating meat, we're still gonna have to produce meat for the third world.
yeah. Do you know that like a lot of the food produced that's very nutritious
Yeah.
and helpful to less economically developed countries is things like peanut butter powder and stuff like that. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be like from an animal, right?
Sure, but people aren't going to live for peanut butter. You're going to need more than peanut butter. I'm sure you know this.
Did I make the claim that only peanut butter is something I'm talking about? Or did I use it as an
No, but
example of something?
that's the impression I got. I don't know.
I don't know how you got that impression at all, to be honest.
Yeah, might be my bad.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Hmm.
But yeah, back to the drawing board on that one. If you can find this like disease that means that people need a specific vitamin that can't be found, in plant-based diets, then let us know. But
Sure, I'll let you know. But like I said, like, even if I find out this is not the case, it doesn't particularly matter about the question you asked about whether or not it's necessary for society. Obviously, there may not be as
no.
much
Let's see.
production now,
Right.
but the production's still going to be needed.
This is why I'm going to have to stop the conversation with you, because this is like I think the second or third time where you've reproduced what I've said, and it's completely not what I said. It's not about it's not about a necessity claim necessary. It's about it being beneficial, which was the claim you made.
Well, I mean,
I'll end it here for now because I need to work so someone else can talk.
All right. Yeah, that's a good conversation. I do think it's productive to have conversations like this.
Yeah, cheers.